friends, and I am raw to the bone. Happy Friday, y'all. Come on in, come on in. It's been one of those weeks, one of those hectic weeks, but that's okay. I'm here and I'm going to start y'all off with the positive vibes of the day because no matter what I say, it's going to be a what? Rise in the sun. Step two, get some good, some food in you. Step three, think real hard about what you want to be. Hey. Step four, everybody just do your thing. What? Wake up. Hey. Today's gonna be a good day. Wake up. 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 Today's gonna be a good day. Set your affirmations, aspirations. I got shit to do. The aftermath of preparation. Good food, good mood, blood in circulation. One step at a time, yeah, that's how you make it. Set a goal you control and the steps you take them. I try to pick one thought, have some concentration. Hey, and if I make a mistake, it's called education. I try to do this every day and call it replication. Wake up. Today's gonna be a good day. Wake up. Today's gonna be a good day. Hey. Wake up. Today's gonna be a good day. 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 So life ain't easy, yo. I think there's a reason, though. Ups and downs, just like every different season, yo. Sometimes I'm high, other times I'm barely breathing, y'all. But you always gotta fight and hide from the demons, what? Yo. Negative thoughts, a poison that ride. Head full of flaws, so here come the vibes. They'll never stop unless I can swap all the bad for the good in my head when I'm lost. Hey, so I'ma fake it till I make it. Positive thoughts are overtaken. I got patience. One day at a time is how you operate at greatness. Afloat, you grow, you show yourself a foundation. Stay away from all the shit. Hey, Georgie. I know that I like to do it because it says I matter in my head like a narration. Don't expect greatness through my best man. I take it. Hey, wake up. Today's gonna be a good day. Wake up. Today's gonna be a good day. Wake up. Today's gonna be a good day. Wake up. Today's gonna be a good morning, hillbilly. Aww. Today's gonna be a good day. You need a hug? We got you. Today's gonna be a good day. Wake up. Today's gonna be a good day. Wake up. Today's gonna be a good day. Today's gonna be a good day, hillbilly. We almost in October. When you gonna get your lamb? Hey, good morning. Happy Friday, y'all. All right, so we have Coffee with Friends member Hillbilly. He's grumpy today. Hillbilly, what you need from us today? How can we cheer you up before we even get into the day? What is it you need from us, and what's got you feeling grumpy? That is just, that's very upsetting. I am so damn sorry to hear that, Hillbilly. I really, really am. Oh, my Lord. I have 2 dogs, Ashes, in my house. I understand. I am so right, Georgie. I'd have been snot-nosed crying. I still would be snot-nosed crying. What the hell? Do you know whose dog it was, Hillbilly? Is it a neighborhood dog? Is it your neighbor's dog? Whose dog was it? That's crazy. You know, Coffee with Friends is having a time right now. All right. Hey, Mika. So, Hillbilly, your cat got mauled. Oh, you know the culprit. Oh, so what you gonna do? What's gonna happen now? I'm curious. You know, we have Hillbilly who lost his cat. Rest in peace. A dog mauled it. So sorry to hear that. So Hillbilly had to put his cat down last night. So Coffee with Friends is having a season right now. Aquanda, our resident Coffee with Friends member, okay, our VIP summer soiree, is in the hospital as of last night. I know she jumped on live yesterday and she told us she wasn't feeling well and that she needed to go to the hospital. She did make it to the hospital, guys, and she did post in the 30-day raw food challenge group that I added her in. She posted a picture of her in the hospital and she says it might be an infection in her leg. And so our prayers are out there for Aquanda's healing, fast recovery, right? Coffee with Friends is having a moment. Ooh, Hillbilly. Did you let the owner know that? Did you let the owner know, get your fucking dog before I get him if he step on my property again? It's going to be a war up in the hills of West Virginia. That shit is crazy. You know, that's always been my fear with my dogs because I had 2 small dogs. And when I walk past, good morning, Michael. When I walk past people with these big, ferocious dogs, I used to pull my dogs back on a leash. I used to get so mad when my ex used to walk my dogs without a leash. I'm like, don't do that. And then he was like, they're not going anywhere. It's not because I'm afraid they're going to go anywhere. It's because you do not have control if another animal attacks your dog. At least if I have them on a leash, if I see some shit coming, I snatch my dogs up, bing, 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 and flip them in my arms, okay? But if they're not on a leash, then I have to run after them, bend down, grab them. That's too much. You know, so sometimes the leash is not to protect your dog from going somewhere. It's to have control over protecting your dog as well. And I see people walk cats, but cats are not really leash animals. And so cats are highly exposed because cats kind of just, pussies just wander. They come in and out, wander around and do what the fuck they want to do. And so if they get caught up by another animal, it's hard. So Hillbilly, oh, he let the dog free range? Well then, okay. Well then if it come on your property, it is what it is. But you see, this is where it be war of the neighborhoods. Because if I knew your dog mauled my cat, see, my husband would be sick of me because he would be in a fight over this. Because every time I see the motherfuckers, I'm going to say some shit, right? And it's going to irritate them and it's going to turn into war of the motherfucking neighbors. Because I'm going to be like, fuck you bitches. Y'all dog fucked up my cat. Fuck you bitches. They're going to be tired of my mouth. That's a good one, Georgie. That's a good one. Call the pound the next time that motherfucker roams around. That sounds like a rap song. That's a good one. You don't even see, when I was growing up, the streets used to be full of stray dogs, right? You don't even see a lot of stray dogs out here anymore, right? And the stray cats, you don't even see a lot of stray cats because people pick up the cats and they take them to the vet, and the vets fix them and send them over to the shelters. And so you don't see a lot of free roaming animals like we used to growing up. I remember, this is a true story, and it's a very sad story too, but I'm gonna tell y'all anyway. I used to live on Springfield Boulevard, and my place was right next to a hardware store. And in the back of the hardware store, is where they kept the lumber and shit like that. There was this dog that used to roam around back there. And the guys that worked at the lumber yard, real story, they used to heat up this pitchfork, like sit the pitchfork in the fire. True fucking story, y'all. This is before animal cruelty became a thing where motherfuckers was going to jail for it. They used to heat up this pitchfork shit. And when it got real hot and that stray dog would come around, because they didn't want the dog on their property, and the stray dog kept coming around, they would poke the dog in the ass with this hot fucking pitchfork. And I would hear, my place was right next door, I would hear the dog crying. It would be like this sick, howling cry. And I'll be like, oh my God, these motherfuckers must be over there poking the damn dog with that hot fucking stick. We don't have a lot of stray dogs no more. Oh, your pound is a joke. One animal control officer for the whole county. Damn, West Virginia. They treating y'all like stepchildren. It's really the hills have eyes there. That's like one of them towns, and I'm not coming for your town, hillbilly, but I'm just saying, that's like one of them fucking towns where you watching a movie and people be like, I just want to get out of here. I just want to grow up and leave this town. I want to go somewhere else like New York, California. And I'll be like, where the fuck do they live where they say nobody ever gets out of this town? That's what your town sound like. Your town sound like one of them little towns that people be growing up dreaming of moving the fuck out of, with one sheriff, one sheriff, one good grocery store, one laundromat. Everybody go to the same movie theater and know each other. That's what it sound like in your neighborhood. When there's a party, everybody is at the same party. Is that how it is, hillbilly? Because I swear that's how you describe your area, your county in West Virginia. It sounds real small and scary. How many police stations do you have? I need to know that before I visit. How many freaking police stations do you have? How many cops is there? Is it just the sheriff and the deputy? The fuck? I have questions. I have questions. But in the meantime, between time, guys, come on in, come on in. Again, we have Aquanda in the hospital, so we're going to continue to pray for. Okay, that's not bad. 30 cops. I didn't expect that many. That's not bad. I didn't expect that many. That's not bad. All right. All right, we're going to get into the positive read of the day. And then I want to talk about there's a show that I'm watching, The Other Black Girl on Hulu. I mentioned it yesterday and I started watching it, and it's interesting because, it almost, I can relate to it because, it's kind of like, it's about the struggle of a Black woman in corporate America, right? Being the only Black woman trying to become an editor in an environment that's mostly white, right? And then another Black girl comes along and gets the job, and she's so excited, because now she got another homegirl that's an administrative assistant or whatever, right? And sitting right next to her in an office that's full of white people, right? And so we know from a Black community perspective, I'm gonna tell you no lie, I can relate to it because I'm the only Black woman in my organization at work in the position that I have. The only other Black woman in my organization is the secretary. And we don't sit together. She sits in New York. I sit in New Jersey. And I only talk to her when I need to schedule something on the executive's calendar. So I know what it feels like to be surrounded by, but I'm not surrounded by all whites. I'm surrounded by all cultures, Asian, white, Middle Eastern, right? But I'm the only Black girl in the organization. So sometimes culturally, I feel like I bring my culture to the table, and I find that sometimes I'm like, I go to work and I'm blackety black no matter where I go. And sometimes I shake my head at myself because I'm like, damn, I come up in here dripping all this culture, and I wonder what these motherfuckers be thinking when they're looking at me, when they go home and they discuss, if they discuss work, do I come up? I often wonder that. It does feel awkward at times. Good morning, Lieber. Oh, Lieber, I saw that post you put up the other day. What? You know what, sir? We got to talk, because I saw the post you put up the other day. I was like, hold up. What the hell is going on? I almost commented on it because I was like, when you put some shit like that out, I almost commented, oh, does that mean I could come now and get a ride on the boat? But I was like, motherfuckers talk a lot of shit online, but as soon as you say something, they go running into hiding. So I saw your post the other day. What is that about? I'm nosy. Libra. Listen, Libra, I'm going to be in Maryland tomorrow. Can I get some damn food? Listen, Brandy and I should have popped. If I didn't want seafood, I want seafood so bad, Libra. Or I would see if Brandy could drive me past your restaurant. But you do work on a Sabbath, right? I don't know what your 7-day Adventist practices are. All right. I don't know if you still aggressively celebrate 7-day Adventist practices, but do you work on the Sabbath? Are you working on Saturday? Because my train gets to Maryland. Oh my God. I have so many people to see, and I'm not going to see everybody because I'm the fuck out of there Sunday morning at 8:00. But Saturday, I get there at 2:00 in the afternoon. The play is at 7. Brandy and I are supposed to be going to get something to eat. I want seafood. But Lieber, what you doing? Oh, you're closed on Saturday. I figured that. So you do Sabbath shit? Or you mean you're close? Which one? You're closed or you're close? Which one? Because, I mean, people be hungry on Saturday and you close your restaurant. I'm going to be in Bowie, Maryland. I'm coming into the Baltimore Penn Station where Brandy is picking me up. And then we're going to go eat. Because I be greedy like that. So. Oh, no Sabbath shit for you. So you meant you're close, not closed. All right. So, Lee, but the last time I came to your DMV area, you stood me up. You were supposed to bring me some food or meet up with me or something, and you never showed up. Good morning, Cheryl Lee. So don't tell me I'm going to see you or I'm going to get some food or I'm going to whatever the fuck. And I'm in Maryland and I don't see you. Okay? Because I'm going to remember that shit. Oh, you're closed on the weekends. What restaurant closes on the weekends? So the only time I can eat your food is Monday through Friday? Oh my God. Wow. Well, anyway, I will be in Bowie, Maryland on Saturday. I guess I won't be tasting a Nega Delights. Okay? I guess I won't. I know you know how to make money, but I'm just saying. The hell? I need you to be open. The fuck? What did I judge? What did I do, Zen? Who did I judge? Because Libra, I'm judging. Because he stood me up the last time I came to DMV. I was hungry too. But anyway, Lee Bird, I will be in Maryland tomorrow for a play. Johnny Leon Hill is in the play Rotten Apple. I advertised it here several times. Yes, Libra, you might need to, because I mean, you left me like a stepchild the last time. You had me tell my girlfriend you were going to hook us up, and then you ghosted me. And then she was looking at me side-eye, and I was like, well, he the fuck said he was going to feed us now, and he didn't show up. Not my fault. I did what I was supposed to do. I'm here. Okay? So think about it, Libra. Anyway, and let me know. All right? Exactly, Zen. Because I'm busting Lee Bird's chop. This is personal. If it was somebody else's restaurant, I wouldn't have said that. But yes, I'm judging Lee Bird because Lee Bird and I go back years and years, right? And the last time I was in the DMV area, he was supposed to feed my ass and he didn't. So yes, I let me remind myself, no judgment, but I'm still punishing you. The fuck? The hell? Okay. All right. Today is September 15th, y'all. Johnny Leon Hill had a question yesterday that we didn't get to. So I'm going to bring that question to the table today. Hopefully he joins in time to indulge because this was his question. But remember, today is Freestyle Friday. So today is the day we can talk about anything we want. And don't think I forgot about that shit that went on last night in Discord. Y'all were going in on Discord last night. I was cracking the fuck up, y'all. I was like, I'm fucking dead. All right. Y'all were lit last night. Hey, I am Jacinta. Yes, we made it. Y'all were lit last night off of that post about the girl who asked her boyfriend to do something with her car and he couldn't afford it. So she asked her ex. I posted that in Discord and baby, Coffee with Friends showed the fuck up last night. I couldn't even concentrate. I kept reading the post. Y'all were hilarious. I mean, the guys even jumped in and was like, what? But I'm going to get into that too because I want to bring that shit here because y'all had me cracking the fuck up because some of the responses the guys came back with made me say, oh, wait a minute. Let me go back and think about the shit that I be doing because the way the guys started responding, I was like, I'm going to poke somebody because no, y'all guys were playing unfair in the comments. Okay. But I get it, y'all. So Shirley, yes, go check out what was going on in Discord last night. What channel was it going on in? The general. It was in the general chat. Okay. I can't. Let me tell you something. The general, Johnny, they were all. Thank you, I am Jacinta. Y'all dug deep in that top. Y'all were cracking me the fuck up. I could listen. I was on the phone with my girlfriend. She was like, "What are you doing?" I was like, "Oh my god, these folks are in here going the fuck off." And then, you know, my love. Yes. Good morning, Juanita. Good morning. And then, you know, the general admitted that he's struggling with, some things or whatever the case may be. And this is what I love about you ain't do your hair. We don't give a fuck. No, never mind. I want to see that sexy hair. If you gonna come, bring the sexy hair. Because I like that sexy hair. Don't come on here without that sexy hair. You done spoiled me now. I mean the fuck. Okay. But I appreciate y'all. And that's what Discord is for, right? To be able to talk to each other, laugh, or whatever the case may be. Yes, jump on Zen. So let me go ahead and read the positive thought for the day. And then we're going to jump into the topic because I have a 9:30 meeting. So I have to be off in time for that meeting. Oh, okay. Because I knew you better the fuck come on here with some sexy hair. Because if
it's sexy enough, but I just
still sexy. If you'd have came on here with that baseball cap, I would have turned your camera off.
You're a bitch.
Good morning, Zen. Good morning. Happy Friday. So we're having a rough morning. Hillbilly had to put his cat to sleep last night.
Oh, that's the worst. I'm so sorry.
Neighborhood dog mauled his cat.
Oh my god.
Yeah. I know, because I'd be hysterical. I told him my man would be fighting because they know whose dog it was. And see, me, I would be all up in the faces trying to poke somebody, and we would all be in the who scout because get your dog.
Yeah, I would be fighting somebody.
Right, Zen? They're like your kids.
Yes.
Oh, Jacinta said, "Ooh, Zen, you giving Friday night vibes on that side part."
That's right. That's how we did it back in my day, D. It was always a side part.
Oh, you
You
had
had
to
to
put
put
it
what
down.
down? Your cat?
Oh, wait a minute. You did it yourself? You didn't take it to a vet? Oh,
Oh, oh, hillbilly, I'm so sorry. That's awful.
that's terrible. Like, I feel that in my guts.
Yeah.
I mean, I said to Hillbilly, I still have my dog's ashes here. Like, I feel that in my gut.
Did you see that thing I sent you? That the dog was named Jinx?
Oh, I didn't see that one. I gotta go back. You know, I keep fighting with getting another dog, but my life is so free right now. I don't have to worry about anybody babysitting my dogs while I go away.
Let me tell you something about getting dogs when you're older.
Yeah, tell me because I'm tethering on it, but I'm like,
It's
eh.
it's not the same.
It's not right.
It is not the same.
You don't have the patience.
No patience, no
Mm.
energy. I can't keep up with this shit. It's like having a 3-year-old that's not gonna grow up. Think about that.
I know, because when I had my Yorkies, they were a lot.
Well, you made that a lot, but whatever.
I know, and I don't want to do that again because I know how I am because I like my little dogs to sleep in the bed with me. So I got to wash their butts every night, wash their feet every night, do this and do that. It's too much work. I don't know if I got it in me anymore. But I do. If I get a partner that I'm living in the house with, like if I get a significant other that we're living together, I probably will get a little foo-foo dog. But right now, my life is so get up and go that I don't want to have my dog. I will never put my dog in a kennel again because Zen, I don't know if you remember, Jinx got sick one time real bad. It cost me $4,000 after putting
Mm.
in the kennel. So I'm not going to do that anymore. So if my son can't watch my dog, then I'm in trouble.
What did they get? Bordetella?
No, what happened was Jinx, not Mink, she was fine, but Jinx, when I went to pick him up from the kennel, he was lethargic. And I told them, I said, "Why is my dog lethargic?" And they were like, "Oh, whatever." I took him home. He was very lethargic. When I took him to the vet, they said he had eaten, it looks like a piece from a toy. In
Mm.
the kennel when they put them in the play area.
Yeah, yeah.
So he
Mhm.
must have eaten something that affected his digestive. So he wasn't able to hold food down. So he was getting sick from that. And I'm like, all this time, the kennel didn't recognize this,
Yeah.
and so they had a small print. It was Best Friend's Kennel. I don't know if they're still around. They're in South Jersey. That's when I used to live in up that way.
Mhm.
Best Friend's Kennel. And they had in small print that no matter what happens to your dog, the most that they would refund you was $500. I spent $4,000. So I don't trust kennels anymore because I'm like, not for no little ass dogs, because you gotta watch little dogs. Little dogs are a lot of fucking work.
A kennel. Well, I don't put my dogs in a kennel. I put them in a spa.
Okay.
So
I
it
didn't know
is,
anything about that back then. I
yeah,
know about
it's
it now.
it's some boozy shit, let me tell you.
And they got the daycare centers now too.
And actually Brody's gonna go to doggy daycare on
Yeah.
Monday for the
Brody
first
needs to
time.
go because you
Yeah.
don't have the energy for Brody. Brody needs to go.
No, he needs some friends and he needs to socialize and stuff. So.
Yeah. 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 That's for people who got money. Good morning, Johnny Leon Hill. I'm glad you joined because yesterday you asked a question that we didn't get to, and I want to touch base on that shit that y'all were talking about on Discord last night. But let me read the positive thought um, before we get into. Yes, we do. Thank you. I am Jacinta. Hillbilly, tell your wife that we send our prayers during this time and the strength during her recovery because I would be like her, still crying.
Yeah.
That is terrible. All right.
Okay.
And remember, y'all, again, continue to pray for our resident Coffee with Friends member, Aquanda, who is who's taken a bit under the weather, who is in the hospital, possible infection in her leg. All right. September 15th. I experience and express the power of trust because I realize I can never prove who I am with how much I do or give. This message is for me. There comes a point in time when you must know that everything you have already given or done is enough.
Mm.
Baby, did y'all hear this? This is not something anyone else can tell you. You must know. Also, know if you continue down the path of trying, you will reach the point of diminishing returns. This applies more specifically to relationships, right? Y'all ever been in a relationship and you convince yourself that if you keep giving this person, giving, that things are going to get better? Mm-mm.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Remember, life is a process of giving and receiving. When you give with love or enjoy, you must receive in equal measure. This does not mean that you should measure your giving. What this means is that your giving must be received with the same intensity with which it was given. In those relationships and situations where you give with no sense of satisfaction, either you are giving for the wrong reasons or what you give is not being received. It is being hoarded. It is being denied. It is being dishonored. You know, people in your life that you give stuff to, you give your attention, your love, your respect, and they don't respect it. They don't give it back to you. That means it's being hoarded. It's being denied. It's being dishonored. Once you cross the line of diminishing returns, if you continue to give, you run the risk of being depleted in ways that can be irreversible. To continue giving without receiving doesn't prove anything except that you know how to be taken advantage of. Give with love, give in joy, give of yourself for the joy and the love of giving. Just be aware that when your giving is received and honored, you must be justly compensated. Until today, you may have allowed yourself to stay in an unbalanced, unhealthy relationship or ships where you were required to give beyond the point where it was necessary or wise.
Mm.
Just for today, consider those experiences where you are experiencing a diminishing return on your mental, emotional, spiritual, or physical investments. Today, I am devoted to analyzing the relationships in which I am not being compensated for investments I make. Mm.
You know what? I'm taking a picture of this reading. I'm sending it to Quanda.
Oh, yes. You have the electronic thing. You can send it easy.
Yeah.
You don't have to take a picture. You got it on your thing.
Yeah, I made a screenshot.
Yeah, screenshot. So, what do y'all think about this reading today? How many of you have found yourself in a situation with friends, lovers, family, where you constantly give with your heart, you constantly do, and you find yourself in a position of diminishing returns, meaning they give nothing back. They don't appreciate the shit that you do or you give. And I'm not talking about material things. I'm not talking about things you could put in your hands and feel. I'm talking about your time, your love, your patience, your advice, whatever it is that you're giving of yourself to somebody else. How many times have you found yourself in a situation where you're giving and you're getting back nothing? I've been there several times. And you know, this is where I say some of these phrases make my ass itch, right? Because I have expressed to people on numerous occasions that I was hurt over the fact that I'm giving of myself, and people take advantage of it or they dishonor it. And people say, oh, you should just give just to be given to make yourself happy. Stop coming up with these fucking phrases that tells me that I should still just give from my heart. No, right? Listen, I say people need to do what makes y'all feel good, but what I've learned is I have found myself in many situations where I have reaped diminishing returns. And that's why my circle looks different. That's why my life looks different now, because now I stepped into the room and I said, if I'm giving, I need you to respect what I'm giving. I need you to honor what I'm giving. I need you to appreciate what I'm giving. And I need you to be reciprocal. And that doesn't mean if I give you a pair of jeans, you give me a pair of jeans. That doesn't mean that. It doesn't mean you give in the same way, but you can reciprocate in many ways, right? And so if you're in relationships where you are fucking constantly giving, friends, family, your fucking kids, because kids are annoying too. When they get adults, they still be asking. I used to be like, get out my face. Get out my face. Because he went through a series where he didn't appreciate. I give, I give, I give, I give. Now, after the get out of my faces, now he's reciprocal. Right? Because if you continue to give people, give people that constantly dishonor you or take advantage of you, they're never going to appreciate you.
Mm.
They're never going to appreciate you. And that's why we were so hard on Aquanda yesterday. Not because we wanted to be hard, but because we are here to grow. We are here to do better, be better, mentally, physically. And we are here to hold each other accountable for that. Or then why are we here? This is not a gossip podcast. We laugh, we joke on here, but the reality is we are here to do better, right? Recognize ways where we can be better and know that we deserve better. And so I'm learning, you know, I was a Quanda at one point, not to that level, but I was her. You understand what I'm saying? So when I look at her, I'm not looking at her like she's a foreign creature or this is like unheard of. No, I have been in situations where I have made excuses for a partner in my life. You understand what I'm saying? Oh, they can't do this because of this, or they can't do this because fuck that. I had to learn. Right? And so, based on our experiences, because I'm not a therapist and I'm not a life coach, but based on my experiences and based on y'all experiences, we're here to share. We're here to hold each other accountable to do better. Because I wouldn't be right promoting a platform and looking at you in a situation where I know it got me scratching my head and I'm not saying anything. So if you find yourself in situations where you are giving and doing, and the people that you claim that you love, that they say they love you, is not reciprocal in any way, you need to think about what you're giving and why you're giving it. You know, September is the month of trust. And the first thing in September opened up with was trust yourself. To me, that means trust your instincts. Trust the way you feel. If you're constantly unhappy, trust that shit. And make a change. Change is not easy. I get it. Right? But without change, shit's gonna stay the same.
Right. Without wisdom, shit's gonna stay the same.
Yes. And I understand fear is the biggest thing that holds a lot of people back from change. And God knows I have lived in fear a majority of my years. But I still make changes, even when I'm afraid, right? Because just my last relationship, I was afraid. I was like, here I go to fuck again. I'm in my 50s. I'm gonna be single. What the fuck is this gonna look like? I'm gonna be old and I'm gonna be fucking by myself. But I don't care how scary being old and by myself felt. I knew this didn't feel good. And I fucking for sure wasn't gonna do that. Right? So I stepped into the realm of my fear and I was like, fuck it, let me go with this because I already know this stink. Let me see what this smell like. It's a message. It's a good message today, too. Yes, give me the thumbs up. Thank you, protagonist. Yes, y'all, she made it to the hospital. Juanita said, I used to think that if I treat a person how I wanted to feel, it would be reciprocated, but learned early that that's sometimes not the case. And it's not. And when you tell somebody this, right? Somebody might respond and go, well, you shouldn't expect that. You should just do it because it's you. No! Stop telling us these things.
Right.
Stop making it seem like I'm wrong for wanting to be loved. Stop making it
that part.
Right. Stop making it seem wrong because I'm asking to be treated right. I'm supposed to keep treating somebody right, and I'm not getting anything out of it. And us humans in society go, well, that's not why you do it. You do it just because you're nice. Fuck that. No more. And guess what? I'm peaceful. You know, people be like, you can't sleep at night living like I sleep with my mouth open, my whole ass out. I'm good. Y'all said, wow, the reading for today is right on par with the discussion towards Aquanda. It is. And it was, I didn't make it up. It's today's reading. If y'all got the book, you know, and I feel like this is God because yesterday we had a whole conversation and then today we wake up to a reading like this. It's a reason. This message was needed today. I'm currently in that with my baby brother, 29. Okay, y'all, listen. The fuck? I'm gonna tell you. I had to tell my son get out my face until he got it together. And my brother, who's in the Hooska, I had to tell him a couple times, get out my face. Because just because you keep getting locked up, I'm not in jail with you. Like, stop trying to hold me down. Like, you know, come on.
Right.
Right? And that was a hard conversation. Because when he came out, he was free as a bird. And I was like, oh, when you in jail, you got all the time in the world to call me and talk to me. He gonna kill me when he listens to this. Call me and talk to me, right? And then when you free, every time I call, you be like, I gotta go, I'm busy. I gotta go, I'm busy. Oh, motherfucker, you busy? When you were in jail, you were like, hey, I need you to, my commissary, or can you do this? Or can you, or you wasn't busy then, right? That's when you gotta tell motherfuckers get out my face because you gotta be reciprocal. When your ass come out of jail, I need you to pour into me with your free ass. This applies to everybody in my life. That's how I free myself mentally because, baby, I used to give people and do for people no matter how they treated me, but no more. Exactly, Juanita. And this is where people get me fucked up at. When I match energies and vibes, people blame me for changing the dynamic. Why do people do that? Why do they turn around and say, you changed? I did. I have a lot to give. I have a lot, so I give first. But once people show their ass, I believe them the first time.
That's right.
Yeah.
I say that all the time. People show you who they are, believe them.
Yeah, it's true. I don't know why we make excuses for people.
Because we want to see the best.
Where does that come from, you think? Why do we?
I think that could come from maybe it's happened to you, right? Where you've acted a certain kind of way and you know what it feels like to be judged, kind of, right? Like you didn't mean to act that way, but it just kind of came out that way and whatever. It was just taken the wrong way, out of context, what have you. So maybe you just want to give people the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah.
You're not feeling it.
No, I feel it because Zen, I understand that what you said because I was that person. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Always trying to give somebody the benefit of the doubt. And at the end of the day, it hurt me.
Yeah.
Because I was trying to see what I wanted to see, what I thought they could be. Right? You know what I'm saying? This is not just significant others. These are friends.
Yeah. Any relationship.
Relationship, right. So that's why I was sitting here like this, because I'm like, yeah, man, that part. Protagonist says, when I match energies, females try to pull the be a man card. Fuck that. You want to be Queen Petty. I'm King Petty. I don't know what that means exactly. But because you specifically called out females. Protagonist said people make excuses for people because they want those people to be, yep, what they see in their head instead of analyzing the actual data. I agree. If we like someone, we don't want to see the faults. Yep.
Yeah.
And then, it's like being with someone, right? And in the beginning, you like their sarcasm is cute. You be like, oh, you so sarcastic. You so sarcastic. And then 5 years into the relationship, the motherfucker always got something sarcastic to say. When you having a conversation, you be like, why the fuck are you so sarcastic? And they turn around and go, I've always been this way. You thought it was cute in the beginning. That happened to me.
Where's the lie?
That happened to me. My ex was sarcastic as a motherfucker. And in the beginning, I was like, and then when the sarcasm affected me, when it became the sarcasm was on me, I was like, hold the fuck up.
Yeah.
You a sarcastic little motherfucker. And he was like, and since when I wasn't? I was like, oh, you gotta go. Bye. Like, I saw this. But I didn't think it was gonna affect me. Why? Why did I think it wasn't gonna affect me? Because we want to see the good in people. And we want to believe that they're not gonna show their little raggedy ass like they show to everybody else. They're not gonna show it to you. I'm just the fuck saying. Now, Johnny Leon Hill, you asked the question yesterday that we didn't get to because I ended my show. Dating after a loss of a spouse or a divorce. Yeah. How does that work? That's the question you asked, Johnny. Anybody got any feedback in that? Dating after a loss of a spouse or divorce. How do you view dating at that point?
How do you view it, or what does that mean? How do you view it?
Or how do you get back into it? Do you look at dating the same? Like, how do you put yourself back out there after a loss of a spouse?
Well, I could tell you what happened with my brother-in-law because this just happened. His wife died February last year. He joined a grievance therapy group. And in that group met a woman named Susan, who lost her husband like 2 months before my sister-in-law passed. So they were both around the same age, 60, right? Like not young or not old, but yeah, so 60. And they started dating in September. And yeah, they just had their first year anniversary. So it was really quick. Like it was months for him, right? Like after the passing of his wife. But from that aspect, it was a couple of things. It was they're older. The timeline is a lot quicker, right? Because they don't have a lot of time. When you're 60, you don't have that much time. You don't know how much time you have, right?
You don't want to date nobody for 5 years. What the fuck is that?
Exactly. So so they started dating. They she doesn't have kids, he does. But they just moved in together. She sold her house. She lived up in up near you, actually. I forget the name of the town, but she just sold her apartment and they live now on Long Beach Island until they find another house that they want to buy somewhere in Jersey. But it's working. They're happy.
I love it.
But it's, they both openly talk about their spouses. They both openly talk about their past lives and the things that they've went through. And, we were just with them last weekend. Labor Day weekend. We went over there and we had dinner with them, and my brother-in-law was starting to talk about my sister-in-law about stuff with her health that I had no idea about.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and he got a little teary and everything, but it was just very open, like, hey, this is us now. This is our shit. This is what we deal with. Like, no more hiding, right? Which I think is kind of nice because you're finally your authentic self.
Yeah.
You've done all that shit before. Now it's just like, here I am, open book, read it. If you like what you read, let's go.
Yeah. Yeah. It is, I would imagine that it's scary. Like there's this show that comes on YouTube. It's called Social Catfish. It's similar to the Catfish show that used to come on MTV or VH1 or whatever channel it used to come on. But Social Catfish, I was watching an episode yesterday. It's on YouTube. It's free if anybody want to take a peek. And this woman who was widowed, right? Social Catfish is about women or men that are catfish. 9 times out of 10, they're being catfished from a person in Nigeria or something like that, right? And so this particular lady was widowed, and she thought she met this rich guy that lived in Germany. Supposedly he had a mansion and all this stuff, but he was working in another country doing something supposedly. And she ultimately sent him $1 million, not in one lump sum. It was $1,000 here. It was $2,000 here. It was $140,000 because he was shipping a safe with gold bars to her, and the shipping cost $140,000. And so all the money that her husband left her, she spent thinking that she was helping this guy that she was dating online that was supposed to be a millionaire, was supposed to be paying her back all her money. And fortunately for her, out of all of the social catfishes I watched, because this guy made her, well, not made her, but asked her to put money in the wallets, like a crypto wallet. With crypto wallets, right? Wallets can be tracked, right? The transactions go from one wallet. It's like a blockchain, right? It goes from one place to the next place to the next place, and they can track it, right? Based on the movements of the wallet. Because wallets have like a number identification to them, right?
Mm-hmm.
So in this particular case, this woman, they were able to track down the movement of her money that she put in these wallets, and they found the bank that the money was in. And so there's hope for her to get some of her money back, not all of it, but some of it, because, these banks still have to follow the banking laws, right? And so when they are subpoenaed or when they have to provide financial data, they have to provide it to law enforcement. So I'm just out here saying that for people, it seems that for widows and older people that are out here by themselves, they are easy targets for fraudulent behavior, right? So dating after a loss of a spouse, depending on your age,
Yeah.
the divorce, it's hard.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody said on here, in this dating climate, it sucks. And that's true too. Like, how does someone date in a climate like this after a loss of a spouse and an older person? We're not talking about somebody 30 that might, not that it's easier for them, but realistically, as you get up in age, it becomes a little bit more
Yeah.
difficult, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. Especially today. Today's awful. Like, I was just telling people the other night. I was like, Jesus, if I was single today, like, I'd probably just stay single because
It stinks out here. It does. It stinks. Because, like Protagonist says, right? I ain't dated since my baby mama left. I lost trust in humans. How many people are walking around feeling like Protagonists? And so when you get older, there's a lot of people who are like, I don't fucking trust nobody. I don't want to be with nobody. I don't want this. I don't want that. And so it becomes weird.
Yeah.
It becomes weird because a lot of people are walking around with baggage that they have not unpacked, have not sought professional help to help unpack these things. And they're sitting in it, and it prevents them from moving forward in healthy ways, right? And so there's a population of people that are sitting there like, I ain't never gonna get married again. I ain't never gonna be in a relationship. I don't trust nobody, right? So how do you fucking move forward? And I know it's not easy, right? People ask me all the time, what are you doing? I be like, oh my God, I'm so scared. And what the fuck am I scared of? Because I've had 4 meaningful relationships in my lifetime, and none of them was shit. And they all had consistent pattern. They didn't show up for me when I needed them to. They didn't support my goals and my dreams. And I'm so scared. I don't want to end up in that same space again.
Right. Yeah.
You know, so when you get older, you be like, huh.
Well, Johnny had a good question. Do you still move as a wife, husband, or do you date like you or do you date like or move like a hoe? And does it differ if you're a man or a woman? I would be a hoe because I've always been a hoe.
Okay, Johnny, I'm gonna take a shot at this question. Do you still move as a wife, husband, or do you feel like, you know, I'm gonna talk about me real quick. I really be trying to be a hoe.
This sounds like the conversations. This sounds like the conversations we used to have.
I know.
We used to sit right across from each other, turn our chair, grab our coffee, listen,
and just be talking
let me
shit.
tell
Like,
you why I'm a hoe.
oh, I'm a hoe. Exactly. You know, I wanted to be a hoe. Like I had these big dreams for myself in my whole life when I became single. I was like, I'm gonna be a hoe. I'm gonna go out and fuck who I want. I'm gonna do whatever I want. I even said I was gonna be in a polygamous relationship because I ain't need to see no man Monday through Friday or whatever the fuck it was. Right? Then I entered into the dating scene. And then I was like, I automatically gravitate to moving wifey. And I hate it because it puts me in a position where I'm giving more than I really want to give. Like deep down inside, I'd be like, stop it. Right? I want to be a hoe, Robin, be a hoe. But Johnny, I move like wifey. Like for me, it's hard for me to fuck more than one person. You know, if, you know, I'd rather stick with one person. And in my head, I want to be fucking 3 and 4. But automatically, I just can't. I don't know. I've always moved with one person. Like I told you, I never had a one night stand. I never did none of these things. But in my head, I want to do them, but I never did them. So that's a good question.
Here's a good question.
Which one?
From Hillbilly. I truly love her. If heaven was real and I got with another, how would that work?
Because you're saying if heaven is real, you're going to see your wife again, right? The way you describe it, right? Mm-hmm. So you're saying, how do you truly love another? Wow, that's deep. Anybody can answer that? I don't know.
I mean, that's a personal question.
Yeah, that's really personal. That's a personal journey, Hillbilly. I don't know if anybody can answer that. If anybody answered that, it wouldn't be for you. It would be their answer. Mm-hmm. Like this is something you have to deep dive into. A person would have to deep dive into for themselves. And I would think that therapy would help them with this.
Yeah.
That's a deep one.
I mean, to me, Hillbilly, in all honesty, I just believe that we are energy, that our energy is released once we pass on, and that there is just one big place where everyone's energy just mixes together until everyone is reincarnated and goes back out and becomes another form. That's it. So you commingle, you know, it's all good. It's a big party.
Mm-hmm. Good morning, Pat. It reminds me of that movie Ghost. Y'all seen that movie with Patrick Swayze, right? Remember he died? Mm-hmm. And he was floating around looking at his wife. Mm-hmm. And it was hard for her to move on. And he wouldn't let her move on. His spirit was there until it got to a point where he was like, I got to release her. Mm-hmm. He deserves to be happy. I don't know. That's deep.
Yeah. Very.
Yeah. That's deep. Juanita said, especially when you have these selfish, cheating ass people with unscrupulous behavior, you can't find people. Is dating out here is hard.
Yeah.
right? And then the weather is changing, so then you got a motherfuckers that want to be hobosexuals. They just want to live with you, hang out with you for the winter because they ain't got no fucking place to go.
Every time I hear homosexual, I love it. It
I
just
mean,
it tickles me.
real.
Like,
They be like, "Can I stay here?" No,
oh
no.
man.
No, you can't stay. Like, I'm like a real dude. Like, if, well, I don't fuck like multiple people, but I feel like in my head, I'm like a dude. Like, if I was to fuck multiple people and you came here and smashed at my house, don't be trying to, I feel like a dude. Don't be trying to leave your underwear here. I'll be like this. Here. Here. Take your shit. Cause now I understand why dudes do that. Don't be pissing on your territory. I no longer give people free rent space. Don't if you leave your drawers here, you pay half of the rent. Yep, one underwear, half the rent. Take your shit. Take your shit. Okay, I'm not the nice her no more. All right, Johnny, why is that? Because I understand that I'm afraid to see myself single again. Why? What are you afraid of?
Mm. Oh.
Homosexual. Yes, winter is coming. It's like Game of Thrones around the fuck here. They gonna be knocking out. Winter is coming.
Right.
Okay, the homosexuals are coming out. So if a man tell you between September and March that he love you, side eye that motherfucker and wait till June, July, August and see if the motherfucker still love you. Okay, fuck that winter love. We just trying to see if you trying to have a place to stay, a place to wash your clothes and shit like that. See how the motherfucker act in the summertime. I'm just saying. Okay. Protagonist says, I don't know. I don't want love or marriage anymore. So I'm actually happy focusing on myself and my financial goals. You don't want love or marriage anymore. So you don't want love. That's kind of, you don't want love.
That's not healthy.
Yeah, that sounds like a deeper thing.
Yeah. It's actually it's bad for your mental health to not want love.
Why do girls tell me I'm penalizing them when I say I'm not interested in dating? I don't know. I need more. Are you
That's
leading them
weird.
on? Are you taking them out? Are you making them think you'd be willing to date them and then you don't date them? I need more.
Do you treat them differently if they say they're interested in dating?
Yeah.
Like, do you treat them badly?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I want a conversation that stimulates my mind. Yes, I want love and good sex, but need to be able to share my feelings.
That part.
Because, baby,
that part.
people don't, sharing feelings is a big one for me. I'm still working on myself. Like somebody asked me the other day, did you have a conversation? I'll be like, no, I'm not one for no deep ass conversations right now. I don't be trying to have them. I don't be trying to talk about feelings. And I don't know why. And I think that's why I said for protagonists, it got to be something deeper. See, for me, I know why I don't talk about feelings, right? I'm still working through the fear of disappointment, right? So I shy away from talking about my feelings because I don't want to be disappointed. But that's something that I'm working on in myself.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's something I'm working on myself. And that's why I tell people, don't push someone else to do something the way you see fit. Like I have people in my life that'll be like, no, but you need to leave me alone. I got to do it the way makes me feel comfortable, right? Yeah. We have to remember that everything doesn't work the same for everybody. Okay. I call out what I'm working on. That's a good step, right? The fuck I know it's hard for me to express my feelings because I don't want to be rejected, right? And it's something that I'm dealing with. So I don't know, but I'm with you, Juanita. I need a safe space. And I don't think that I've experienced a safe space when it comes to a significant other, right? And so I'm cautious with that. That's one of the things that I look for specifically in my current dating scenario, because I need to know that you are a safe space for me where I can share my feelings and not feel like, you know. And again, this is trauma from my last relationship, because when I used to express my feelings, he would say stuff like, "Oh, you sound like a little girl that was in love when you were a child." Like, those are not things you say to somebody that's trying to express their feelings, because what it did was ultimately it caused me to clam back up.
Mm-hmm.
You know? And now I have to build trust into another person and feel safe before I can truly express my feelings. So I get that, Juanita. I need that too. Okay, protagonist, you don't believe in heaven or reincarnation. I get it. Juanita said, can't sleep around, never been my thing. So I do one at a time to see how it goes. Call me crazy. You know, the funny thing about that one at a time shit is it's whack. And I'm gonna tell you why it's whack. I do it, but it's whack. I do it, but it's whack. It's whack. And let me tell you why it's whack. Because I listened to a podcast the other day, and not that it's whack just because of this podcast, but the guy said, you know, women and men be out here talking about, oh, I'm the prize, and you know, but yet you only seeing one person. You don't know if you that person's girlfriend or boyfriend, but you only dedicating your time to this one person. How are you the prize? What is he competing for? What is she competing for? If you're not giving them anything to compete for, you're just there. And then you sit there and you wonder why that person is not pulling up to the bumper and giving you what you want. Maybe because that particular person sees, hey, well, you know, there's no other competition out here. She's laying it all out for me and she's doing everything for me. So I don't really have to work that hard. But if you were dating because you are single, you know, and you're not wasting your time with one person, you're putting yourself out there, it gives these people an opportunity to say, well, you know what? If I'm interested in her or him, I better step up the plate.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Because any other time we just giving it to them, making it easy so they're not stepping up to the plate. And then you wonder 5, 6, 7 years down the line, why the fuck is your relationship still in the same position? Right?
Did you watch that video that I sent you
Which,
about when people are pulling away?
yes.
Because you just said basically the same thing, right? Like
That's probably where I got it from.
if you are putting everything into this relationship and the person that you're with is not really receiving it or whatever, but you're still putting more and more and more. I mean, think about that. They're getting everything they want for nothing, right? I don't got to put the effort in because I'm getting it all now.
Today's message.
Right? So why would you want to do that? And then that person's looking at you like, well, you're not really worth it to me because I don't have to do anything. I don't have to work for this.
That
nothing. Right. There's nothing challenging for me here. There's nothing that is making me want to have interest in this relationship because basically you're just too easy. I don't think we're equals, right?
How about that?
Just, it was some shit.
How about that? Right? So we think we're doing ourselves a favor by just sleeping with one person and focusing on one person. But some people take that as, well, but I ain't got to work for the shit. It's there. Oh, man. They used to say that to me in Sparta all the time, Hillbilly.
I don't think
They used to say that to me all the time with my ex that I was with for 20 years. They used to be like, you the cow, he get the milk for free. And I used to be like, for real? That used to be the brunt of the joke on me because I was the only one in the group that wasn't legally married, but we had paper. We had paperwork. We had shit lined up at the lawyers. I was his beneficiary. We had all of that. But they used to say, you giving the milk away for free. And I used to feel bad about that.
Why?
I don't know, because all of them was married and we were all, we'd hang out and they'd be all married couples and it was one of the husbands. Every time he saw me, he'd be like, oh, here come the cow giving the milk away for free. And I'm like, why is that a brunt of your joke every time you see me?
But that's a personal decision between you and your partner. It has nothing to do with anybody else. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Exactly. But see, deep down inside, at the time, I wanted to be married to him. And so, even though it was a brunt of a joke for
yeah.
them, you know, it affected me deep down inside and it made me mad. So when I went home, I cussed him out. And I was like, stop fucking, I fucking keep going around your fucking friend. And you fucking keep calling me fucking cow.
Well, he moved on to another cow.
Mm-hmm. Circle hell.
Yes, Peanut. The dating pool definitely has pee in it.
And do.
I think there's a turd floating around too.
It's a few. It's definitely some salmonella in there.
Some diarrhea mixed in.
Some flesh eating disease. That, you know, funny that y'all say that. Did y'all see the man in Texas die after eating oysters? Oh my God, my favorites. He ate oysters in Galveston, Texas, and caught flesh eating disease.
Yes, flesh eating bacteria. But did you know that that flesh eating bacteria is mostly in that region of like area, right? Because the waters are always warm, but because of the climate changing, that bacteria has been seen in New Jersey. 4 people in New Jersey got infected with flesh eating bacteria, and I think 2 have died already because they had open wounds and went into the ocean.
Florida has that issue too.
Yeah. Yeah, anywhere where there's warm water, this is
Florida has that issue too. And so, you know, it's been a couple of times I've been to Florida and I couldn't go to the beach either between the red tide or you know, seaweed floating with flesh eating bacteria. And I didn't want to take a chance, so we would just go hang out at the Hollander Hotel and swim in the pool. But you know, it's very scary, y'all. And it's crazy because a couple of weeks ago I was down here. I love oysters. And so I go to a place down here and I get oysters all the time. And the last time we went, we ate the oysters and we both had diarrhea. Yeah. And that was before this flesh eating thing came out about eating raw seafood and stuff like that. And I'm like, what the fuck? You know, so, and I love oysters.
So do I. What kind were they? Do you know?
I can't remember off the top of my head.
Because I like Blue Points. It's the ones I eat, but they're the ones that are like from Long Island.
I don't know. I can't remember.
So the water's typically colder.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't remember.
Johnny.
What Johnny say?
My friend just died from a flesh-eating bacteria because they went to the beach in Florida and they had a cut on her leg. I'm so sorry.
You said a beach in Florida, right? Yeah. That's why the beaches in Florida are scary sometimes. All right, let me see. I'm going to see if they have it. If they... Let me see. Oh, okay. East Coast oysters on a half shell. Blue Point.
Yep.
They're Blue Point.
Yeah, that's the ones I like. Wow.
They're Blue Point. But I'm not saying that. I don't know. Maybe it was just diarrhea. I don't know. But it was just weird.
Shut up.
What?
It was my Alexa.
It was just weird that both of us had diarrhea after that. But you know, that's the risk you take when you're eating raw seafood, whether it's sushi or anything else.
Eric can't eat raw seafood. Like he can't eat sushi or oysters or anything because of his cancer.
Got it.
There's too many things that can go wrong.
Got it. But he can steam them. You can steam them. So
as long as it's cooked, it's fine. Yeah, it's just the it's the raw stuff. Hey, Ghost.
Good morning, Ghost. Good morning, Ghost.
I'm gonna have to go and get ready because I have a job interview at 11.
Another job interview? You just job interviewing?
It's the same company. This is my second, and I have one on Tuesday.
I love that.
Yeah, so today's with the head of financial crimes, and then Tuesday is the chief compliance officer.
Okay.
So, but
What's the position in risk in the risk
Yeah, operational risk. Yeah.
operational risk? Okay.
So, but I just wanted to let everybody know that I love you all, and today is very, very important because it's my birthday.
It's your birthday! Oh my god! What? Yes.
Did you get this? I sent this to you on TikTok, by the way. I
Oh,
said
you did?
it's your
Okay.
birthday song.
All right, good. I'm gonna go grab it. All right, y'all. But you know what, Zen? How the fuck you wait the whole show to tell us it was your damn birthday? The fuck?
How you be my friend and not know?
I, no fucking judgment. No fucking judgment. Oh my god, are you doing anything exciting for your birthday?
Tonight Eric has something planned, but I don't know what it is. And then
Look at y'all, been together
all
for
I know.
19 years and he's still surprising you. Okay, go ahead.
That's it. That's all I know. I got my job interview today. I took off. Just because I don't want to deal with nothing.
Are you doing it on screen? Like you got to dress up?
Yeah. No, I actually don't because so the person that told me about this job was my boss when I worked at the last bank. And she wanted me to come back or whatever and work with her at this new bank, but it would be like a peer position.
Hi, Eric.
Oh.
Hi, Eric.
Here, Robin saying hi, Eric. She's screaming in my ear.
Is that your birthday? Is that your birthday breakfast?
Yes, look. He gave
Oh
me.
my goodness.
That looks amazing.
Oh, he's so sweet.
That's all that's professional as shit.
Yes.
And
for getting breakfast in our face.
I feel so bad because his knee is so bad.
I see him limping around.
And he's the sweetest.
Yes, he is.
But I really wish he'd sit the hell down and rest that knee.
Did you say thank you?
I did say thank you.
I didn't hear it though.
Thank you, baby. I love you.
Yes.
You are the bestest ever.
Yes. Thank you. That's better. All right. And with that, y'all, I got a 9:30 meeting that I got to go to. So I have to be there. And so I want to say, I'm excited. Fuck you. Eating that sausage in my face. I want to say that
thank you, Johnny Leon.
Tomorrow, Johnny Leon Hill, be there or be motherfucking square. I will be in Maryland at 2:00 in the afternoon. All right, and we are gonna turn the fuck up. 7:00 p.m. is the play Rotten Apple. If you don't see it on Saturday, see it on Sunday at 4 p.m. That's the performance Johnny Leon Hill will be in on Sunday. But Saturday, I had already bought my tickets. I already planned. I want to hang out with them. I want to chill with them. So Johnny Leon Hill is going to be hanging out with us on Saturday, hopefully showing us around. Then we'll go out and get some drinks and shit and hang out. This is how we support each other, right? And so I'm excited about that. And again, shout out to Brandy for extending her place for me to stay. I love y'all. I just love y'all. And so I'm going to send y'all out with the positive vibes. And I'm going to tell y'all to move with peace and love throughout this weekend. And we will be back here on Monday. Hopefully I'll get to see more than just Johnny and Brandy while I'm in Maryland. Hopefully I'll get to see Liebert, who lives in Maryland, whose restaurant is not open on the weekends. All right.
Judgment.
And hopefully Avia and my second mom, okay, because they actually live in Bowie. I could have stayed with them. I wasn't even thinking, right? I'm not used to asking people, can I stay with them or whatever. I always go, my first thing is to go to a hotel, right? And she was like, you could have stayed here. Mom would have loved to see you. But
Oh.
then, my schedule, I didn't want her to have to drive me around and stuff like that. Brandy is actually going to the play, so it's not like I'm taking her out of her way, right? And so I love y'all, and Zen, I'm sick of your shit, so I'm just and just because what the fuck? Because I'm tired. You can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. And you can. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. Yep. I never ran, said no, man, I still Happy birthday to our fucking Coffee with Friends member Zen. All right, eating his sausages and eggs. Y'all always move with positivity and love. Get this message. Hustle hard. Hey, I've been making moves. What? I've been doing shit my way or the highway. Hey. What? Anything you want, anything you need. Your mind's got the key ingredients. What? We didn't even talk about the Discord shit. It's always Monday. You can still go. Hey. I never answer to no man. I still go, and I do. Peace, y'all. I'm out.